Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome, and thank you for joining us at the 2021 Medical College of Wisconsin, Central Wisconsin campus White Coat Ceremony. We are welcoming our new matriculating class of 20 students. I'm Lisa Dodson, and I have the great privilege of being the Century Dean for the Medical College of Wisconsin, Central Wisconsin campus. It is my great pleasure to welcome you to our 6th White Coat Ceremony. While we gratefully, if slowly, are returning to on-campus operations and whatever our post-pandemic new normal will be, we welcome this group of student doctors to the MCW family. I'm excited that you have joined us for your medical education and look forward to watching your development as physicians as together we navigate the challenges of medical education and preparation for practicing medicine into the middle of this century. While the wearing of white coats by physicians dates back more than a century, the white coat ceremony itself is a relatively new tradition. Holding the ceremony in a mixed virtual live space in the midst of a pandemic is not our ideal, but nonetheless, this is a solemn, if happy occasion for MCW, and particularly for the MCW-Central Wisconsin faculty, staff, students, and community partners. As with most events of great significance in our lives, we have not arrived at this joyous moment without the hard work and dedication of many, many people. The concept of the MCW regional campuses was born from the experience and wisdom of Dr. John Raymond, who joins us today, and the recognition of the medical needs and physician shortages present in the northern half of Wisconsin. But it took leadership, faculty and staff commitment, and the support of many partners, funders, and collaborators across the entire central Wisconsin region to bring this campus to fruition. Today, we will hear from a number of MCW and community leaders as we gather to honor and acknowledge the commitment of our incoming students. To begin with, please join me in welcoming Dr. John Raymond, Senior President and Chief Executive Officer of the Medical College of Wisconsin. Dr. Raymond.
Thanks so much, Lisa. It's really an honor for me to be here. And I first want to start by thanking our founding dean, Dr. Lisa Dodson, for her vision and perseverance and really making this possible. I also want to thank the community, our healthcare providers, health systems, preceptors, mentors, faculty, and staff for really being here to support our students as they begin their journey to become physicians and colleagues. Now to our students, we have high hopes for you, and we're delighted that you've chosen to become valued members of the Medical College of Wisconsin family. And I'm especially pleased to be here with you today to commemorate the beginning of your medical career with the placing of the white coat. The white coat ceremony is MCW's formal introduction to incoming medical students to the profession of medicine. And I look forward to, once you have your white coats on, calling you colleagues, and we will. It's also a rite of passage for first-year medical students and a demonstration of the pride and tradition and the responsibility associated with becoming a physician. Now, during the ceremony, you, our newest medical students, will pledge to always do your best for your patients. The white coat ceremony also enables our students to become part of an important legacy of thousands of alumni, actually almost 20,000 from MCW, whose contributions to medical science have resulted in advances that have expanded the boundaries of knowledge, alleviated untold suffering, and saved lives of countless individuals. I want to say congratulations and thank you for choosing MCW Central Wisconsin. And now I'd like to introduce virtually Dr. Joseph Kirshner, the Julie A. Eline, M.A., Dean of the School of Medicine, and the Wisconsin Medical Society President, Dr. Alicia Arnold, who will offer their congratulations to our incoming students.
Thank you, Dean Dodson and President Raymond, and welcome students, families, and guests. What a great afternoon. I know it will be one of the first of many great afternoons in your careers as physicians. It's fantastic to be joining you today, although virtually, for this momentous occasion in your lives. I want to start by first acknowledging those who are also joining us virtually and who have supported our students as they have made this journey toward becoming physicians. None of us achieves this without friends, families, and significant others. The coronavirus pandemic has changed every facet of our society and our world, and has required us here at MCW to adjust our approach to everything we do as well, including holding virtual ceremonies such as this in the name of health and safety. Your journey and upward path at MCW will prepare you well to meet the challenges of medicine and science. I know that the ongoing pandemic will also allow for your preparation and maturation for the future in ways not possible under normal circumstances. Today's ceremony, however, is a celebration of the first steps in your journey to becoming physicians. Wherever you have been, whatever you have achieved in your previous lives, now takes on a different meaning as you enter this profession. This moment should be a moment of pride because although there is much work ahead, it signifies a tremendous commitment on your behalf to accept the demands that come with being a physician and to succeed in every aspect of that commitment. This event celebrates the induction of the class of 2024 into the medical profession. Today, each incoming medical student will receive a white coat accompanied by a written card as a gift from a member of the Wisconsin Medical Society, an organization which has been a long-standing supporter of the ceremony. These coats are an outward sign of the commitment of our future physicians to compassionate care for their patients and the commitment to scientific proficiency. Today marks the 26th annual White Coat Ceremony for the Medical College of Wisconsin. But how did this ritual come into being? In the 19th century, respect for the certainty of science was in stark contrast to some of the uncertainties related to 19th century medicine. To emphasize the transition to the more scientific approach to modern medicine, physicians sought to represent themselves as scientists and began to wear white coats to symbolize the scientist. Eventually, this led to the overwhelming association of the white coat with medicine. Although there is some lack of clarity over when the first white coat ceremony originated, the vision behind it has been attributed to Dr. Arnold Gold, who in 1993 instituted a white coat ceremony at the Columbia University College of Physicians and Surgeons in New York. Dr. Gold believed that medical students should be given a well-defined guideline regarding the expectations and responsibilities appropriate for the medical profession prior to starting the first day of education and training. He believed that a declaration of commitment when students accept the obligations of our profession should be taken at the beginning of medical school, not at the end. The white coat marks your induction into the medical profession and the transition to becoming part of the clinical team. It symbolizes the vow to provide comprehensive and compassionate patient care, the oath to define each patient as a person and not their illness, and the promise to keep this patient's best interests at heart. The white coat ceremony signifies the beginning of your career as a medical student. This ceremony joins the symbol of the white coat with the virtues of altruism, responsibility, duty, honor, respect, and compassion. There are many privileges that come with helping to lead a medical school, and none of them is more precious to me than being granted the opportunity to welcome the next generation of healers every year. To be allowed the privilege of watching their unbridled enthusiasm and optimism, to witness their talents blossom into reality, that gives me great comfort knowing that our health, in the most global of senses, is in wonderful hands. I look forward to sharing many more milestone events with you during your time here at MCW, and I greatly anticipate that moment when we will be able to shake hands on a different stage as you accept your Doctor of Medicine degree. I know that your careers will bring great promise and build upon the wonderful tradition that is MCW.
Hello, I'm Dr. Alicia Arnold. As president of the Wisconsin Medical Society and a member of the Wisconsin Medical Society Foundation Board of Trustees, I'm honored to welcome you to the profession of medicine. On behalf of the Society's members, congratulations on all that you've accomplished to reach this milestone on your journey to becoming a physician. The white coat you received today is a gift from a Wisconsin physician who sponsored it through the Wisconsin Medical Society Foundation's White Coat campaign. It symbolizes much of what medicine has always been about: professionalism, trust, honesty, integrity, and ethics. It's also a symbol of the support system that you are now a part of. Going forward, you too will have a professional family to mentor you and assist you, just as they have done for me, your classmates, your colleagues, and the members of the Wisconsin Medical Society. With your white coat, you've received a personal message of encouragement from the physician who sponsored your coat. Some of you may develop a long-lasting professional relationship with that physician as a mentor and role model. And for others, it's simply nice to know that someone believes in you and took the time to wish you well on your journey. The years ahead will be challenging, exciting, and yes, stressful. But let me assure you that the support is there to help you succeed. You are not alone as you navigate the highs and lows of medical training. Your classmates and more experienced physicians will be there to share the thrilling successes and also the days that leave you with a heavy heart. Becoming a physician is an entry into a unique and rarefied club. Patients will entrust you with secrets and concerns that they wouldn't share with anyone else. You will be in a position to help patients in their most vulnerable moments. I will never forget the name of the first inpatient that I admitted on the wards as a student, or an unsuspected case of child abuse that I identified while reading x-rays as a resident. Sometimes I wonder about that child still. But you will also share moments of tremendous joy with your patients. You will be a healer, an educator, and a champion for your patients. Your kindness and your knowledge will make more of an impact than you may ever know. I encourage you to take advantage of your Wisconsin Medical Society membership and all that it offers, including access to scholarships, student loans, and educational opportunities. The Society and the Foundation both offer opportunities for networking and camaraderie with your peers and mentors, and I'm confident that your involvement will bring you lasting friendships and profoundly affect your professional career. Healthcare is a team effort, and when we work together to advance the profession, we're helping improve care for Wisconsin patients, which has been the mission of the Wisconsin Medical Society for more than 175 years. Once again, on behalf of the physicians of the Wisconsin Medical Society and Foundation, congratulations and welcome to the medical profession. We wish you the very best as you begin this amazing journey.
Each year, we are pleased to have a member of our medical community serve as a white coat speaker to provide incoming students with a welcome and some words of wisdom with which to begin their medical journey. Those selected to serve in this role represent the best of the medical profession, with particular emphasis on the ethical, humanistic, and patient-focused aspects of medical practice. This year, I am honored and pleased to welcome Dr. Amy Falk as the 2021 White Coat Speaker. Dr. Falk is a native Wisconsinite who attended the University of Wisconsin-La Crosse, majoring in biomedical science and Spanish. She attended the Chicago Medical School at Rosalind Franklin University of Medicine and Science, where she was inducted into both Alpha Omega Alpha Medical Honor Society and the Gold Humanism Medical Honor Society. After completing her pediatrics residency at American Family Children's Hospital at the University of Wisconsin, she entered general pediatric practice at Aspirus Doctors Clinic in Wisconsin Rapids. She is an award-winning assistant clinical professor for MCW-Central Wisconsin, including receiving the 2020 MCW Wagner Teaching Award. Aside from her excellent patient care, she is a sought-after teacher and mentor for medical students and family medicine residents. She's a community-engaged medical researcher and a community volunteer. In her free time, she enjoys cycling, reading, gardening, and playing with her 3 children. Her superpower seems to be packing more into each day than can reasonably be accomplished. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Amy Falk, who will honor us with a keynote address for the 2021 White Coat Ceremony. Dr. Falk.
Well, thank you very much, Dr. Dodson. MCW-Central Wisconsin class of 2024, welcome to what I think the most sacred, toughest, most gratifying, and satisfying professions that there are. There are a lot of really cool jobs, but yours will be especially cool. You'll get to teach, learn for your whole life, figure stuff out, prescribe medications that heal or at least help, and gain the trust of your patients and their families. I'm a general pediatrician in Wisconsin Rapids, which is my hometown, and I love what I do. But one of the most fun parts about my job has been being a clinical instructor for MCW. Teaching the next generation of physicians has been such a great honor, and I hope I can work with you in one of my pediatric clinics. But in case I can't work directly with you, I'll give you some of my best pearls right now. Look at every x-ray, even if you have no idea what you're looking at. Over time, you'll start to learn how to read them and be a better doctor for it. This is especially true if you plan to be a radiologist, then you for sure need to know what you're looking at. Looking at every x-ray is also a metaphor for trying anything and everything. Ask to do that IV start. Go watch that procedure. Try to take the history on your own. Medical school is a very intense experience, but it's also relatively short. Then you'll tumble into residency, which is also intense and short. Then you get to spend the next 30 years being in charge and occasionally quietly wishing that you had teachers and backup. You'll always have mentors and faculty that you can go to, but there's nothing quite like being a student. You'll never know when the opportunity to see, learn, or do something might be the only opportunity that you'll have. Number 2, don't be afraid to jump in. During the COVID-19 pandemic response, I had 3 amazing medical students in my pediatric clinic who asked if they could ride with me to the school reopening committee in our hometown with me last summer. This snowballed into something bigger than any of us could have ever imagined. With simply a few medical students, a rural pediatrician, and my optometrist husband who knows how to run spreadsheets, we managed a massive data set on school masking compliance and COVID-19 cases in schools that was published by the CDC. Our landmark manuscript was published by the CDC. This led to hundreds of other schools opening with mitigation measures during last school year. None of us had ever published anything before, and we had no idea what we were getting into, but we were there for the experience together. I learned so much with the medical students on my team, and now they are famous scientific authors. Number 3, be kind to the nurses. This is just good human practice, but they know so much about their patients and will be your eyes and ears 24 hours a day. This is still very true for me as an attending, and many of the nurses that I work with are really good friends too. Nextly, the patient is trying to tell you what's going on. Between their story, the history you learn how to take, and their physical examination, let them guide you to the next best step. It is your job to put all the pieces together and to learn how to do that, to figure out how to help them. In my field, I've learned to always listen to the caregivers. If the mom is worried, so am I, until I can prove to myself that I don't need to be worried. If the patient or caregiver tells you something's right, it's probably not. Trust them and then trust yourself and what you know. MD. The initials that will come after your name in 3 short years will change your whole life. It will change the way people look at you and the way they look to you. For many things, you'll end up being in charge. Saving a life, running a busy ER, delivering a baby, or ushering a life out with dignity. But never, ever forget that you are a part of a team. A code, a delivery, a surgery, or a clinic day could never be done well with just one person. Everyone is important and everybody has a role. You can learn something from anyone no matter how many years you've been a doctor. Finally, take up painting. This is what I did to de-stress from medical school. I'm not that great at it. I dabbled. It always didn't turn out well, but it was fun and different from the seemingly endless amounts of anatomy and pharmacology. In case painting isn't your thing, take up baking, running, yoga, paddleboarding, or just something different. It's going to get tough, both in medical school, residency, fellowship, and beyond. So take breaks when you need it. Foster friendships both inside and outside of medicine, and try to figure out some hobbies for yourself. Being a doctor is a big part of my identity, but it doesn't need to be all of it. And you have as much time for other things as you make available. I hope you're really excited. I hope you've always wanted to be in this seat for a long time, and here you are. This career is so much more than a job. It's a whole lifestyle, and you'll be awesome at it. You have everything you need inside yourself. It's our jobs as attendings and teachers to help you shape it and to make you a good clinician. So hold on, keep your hands and feet inside the ride at all times, and just enjoy it. As the Hippocratic Oath states, may you long experience the joy of healing those who seek your help.
Thank you, Dr. Falk. Next, it is my great pleasure to introduce our student speaker, Jess Hendrickson, M2. She's going to say a few words to represent the current students. Jess was the recipient of the 2021 M1 Motivational Student Award, and she is here to share some advice and motivational words on behalf of MCW's more seasoned students. Jess.
Thank you, Dr. Dodson. So on behalf of all the students here, I'd like to say, probably for the millionth time you've heard it, congratulations in getting into medical school. You all finally made it here. It's a big deal. I was in your shoes 1 year ago, so I can understand the excitement, anxiety, and even the apprehension that you're all having right now. So I'd like to try and share some of my own insights and revelations based on 1 year of medical school that I've had. But first, I'd like you all to look around you and see all these people here who have gathered with you. This entire campus community of professors, staff, and fellow students are all here to support you not only as educators and classmates, but as mentors and friends. I wish that I would have really come to terms with that personally with my first year of medical school, instead of feeling someone alone during times of COVID, because COVID, of course, has all been really hard for a lot of us too. But please know that while you're here in medical school, you are truly not alone. Don't be afraid to utilize your resources, not only each other and the past experiences you bring, but also these professors, staff, students, and doctors who are all here too. We would all love to tell you more about what's ahead of you and hear all about your experiences, because we all know that you've worked extremely hard to get where you are today, and each of you have your own amazing accomplishments and experiences to share and for all of us to learn from. But now you're back to being a little fish in a big pond. This can all seem overwhelming and daunting, feeling like a minnow surrounded by all these big fish. You'll find that when you get into your classes, you'll feel like that all you do is study. This will be hard. There's no doubt about that, and I'm sure you've been told that a million times before. And you will also hear that it feels like you're drinking from a fire hose, and when I say you hear that a million times, you'll hear that a million times. But with that said, be sure you take time to unwind and perform some self-care while you're in medical school, whether it be talking to a loved one, exercising, picking up a new hobby, sleeping in every once in a while, or even watching your own show. For me personally, I like watching Scrubs. It makes me feel good. Always keep in mind your end goal and why you made the choice of pursuing this path in the first place. Make lifelong friends who share in your excitement to be here, sharing your successes and your failures with each other, and enjoy every moment that you have here, because it does fly by fast. But of all things while you're in school, please don't lose your sense of humor, your excitement for this new life journey, your humility, or even your gratitude. You are all likely here because of one goal. You all want to help people. There may be times, especially with myself, I can say, that where you're going to feel burnt out, disgruntled about life, and even downright stupid, like getting tossed off the bucking bronco that's called medical school. At those times, take a step back, take a deep breath, remember why you're here, and be thankful for this experience. And then get back on that horse. This too shall pass, as does every challenge that we have. If you need to take off a night from studying because your brain is about to explode, that is perfectly fine. You're going to be able to come back to it the next day, because you will feel like your brain's going to explode sometimes. I promise that you will personally get through this. This isn't exactly all about grades anymore like it was in undergrad, but please also don't don't run around and say, Jess said it's okay for me to fail, because absolutely don't fail. Take your studies very seriously, of course. There's so much more to this than sitting through lectures, studying, and passing class. You'll be helping people in so many ways, starting from your very first day of apprenticeship. Some of the patients you will see will just be glad that you're there to talk about their troubles at home, or their recent accomplishments, or even a new baby, new job, many things like that. Some will enjoy having a student learn from them, others maybe not so much. But take every patient as a learning experience and know that you can and you will make a difference. With this white coat that you're receiving today, please wear it with pride, but don't let it get to your head. Understand that it's a privilege to wear the coat. Express gratitude every day for this experience in the coat that you're wearing, and always treat each other and your patients with a heightened level of respect. Some of you may have had a choice between what medical school to go to, and I can personally say that you have made an absolutely great choice to come to this medical school. The community that you are here with cares about each and every one of you so incredibly much. Please enjoy your experience here and let all these people that are around you help you. All that they want for you is to succeed in everything that you do. We are all so proud of you for coming here and can't wait to see you grow as individuals and into amazing physicians. Congratulations on all of your accomplishments and everything you have done to obtain this long-awaited goal, and congratulations to all you have yet to accomplish. And please enjoy the ride while you're here. It's a long one.
Good afternoon. I'm Chris Knight, Student Services Program Manager for MCW-Central, Wisconsin. And Jess, I've not heard of medical school referred to as a bucking bronco, but I've been thrown off a mechanical bull before. I know that's not much fun. But we saddle up and get together for sharing some thoughts every year with a new group of students. And this year was as challenging as any in trying to cobble together the different thoughts from 20 different students on what it's like to start medical school and what they hope to get out of this experience. So I'm here to share those thoughts. I want to stay me and maintain my relationships with my family and friends. I'm a little nervous about moving away from family, friends, my support system. I feel like I will need them now more than ever. Will my relationship survive med school? Will I have to miss a wedding, a funeral, or both? Will we have to go back into quarantine? My friends are getting married and having children. Will I have time to do the same? One of my biggest fears is not meeting the expectations of myself or others, as well as being able to manage my time between studying, extracurriculars, just being sane. I'm nervous about patient experiences. I want to be able to connect with them, seem competent, and make them feel comfortable. And I worry about choosing the right specialty, since I know the time for that will come up fast, whether I'm ready or not. I also worry about finding time for self-care and mindfulness, keeping up on physical and mental health, and learning to be satisfied with less than perfect grades. I'm fearful of not being enough. Imposter syndrome hits and makes me worried that I'm not prepared or good enough for this experience. And lastly, one of my biggest fears was not fitting in. Considering such a small class, but it has since been squashed due to my great classmates and staff in my first few days. I hope to become a friend that others feel comfortable leaning on when things get tough. I hope to make it through all 3 years and one day be a mentor to a young student starting their journey. To be able to make lasting connections and impact not just my patients, but my team and community. I want to gain communication skills and excel at patient advocacy, as well as developing lasting friendships. I also want to begin removing some of those problems with the process. Racial barriers, elitism, and the burnout of physicians. Lofty goals, I understand. Really, to go out there and help the less fortunate. Go in underserved communities and give my best. I'm really looking forward to all the new skills and knowledge I'm about to gain. And I'm also excited to meet new and interesting people from many different backgrounds through service and healthcare. I hope to be the competent, compassionate, caring physician that I want to be in my future practice. And from what I've seen so far, I'm confident that MCW-Central Wisconsin will prepare me for this role. I'm so stoked to become a doctor. I'm looking forward to a staff and campus that will invest in my success. To finally be in this moment is, quite frankly, both incredibly overwhelming and unbelievably exciting. I'm excited to be surrounded by people who share my love for learning, studying, and nerdiness, but also who have their own unique passions and talents. I was immediately put at ease once I started talking to my fellow classmates, and I'm so excited to know them over the next few years. The school and my classmates seem to be professional, open-minded, thoughtful, generous, caring, enthusiastic, extroverted, friendly, and helpful. This school is exactly what I was looking for. I can't wait to get to know Wausau more. This is the kind of community I want to serve. I feel so blessed to finally be entering what I consider to be the best career on the planet. Thank you for believing in me. Take a deep breath, relax, and enjoy your time. And now, the moment you've all been waiting for, to direct the presentation of the White Coats, it is my great pleasure to introduce Dr. Jeff Fritz. Dr. Fritz has earned his bachelor's, master's, and PhD degrees at UW-Madison. He also earned a master's in transformational leadership from Bethel University and a muscular dystrophy postdoctoral fellow and a NRSA clinical pharmacology postdoctoral fellow at Vanderbilt University. He currently is an associate professor in the Department of Cell Biology, Neurobiology, and Anatomy, as well as current institute scholar in the Robert D. and Patricia E. Kern Institute for the Transformation of Medical Education at the Medical College of Wisconsin. In his free time, he enjoys hiking with his wife, trying to remain relevant to his 4 young adult children, and gardening. Please welcome Dr. Jeff Fritz for the presentation of the White Coats.
Thank you, Chris. It is now my privilege to welcome each of our future MDs to come forward and receive their white coat. Each student will receive their coat from an MCW Medical College of Wisconsin faculty member. Students and faculty, please come forward as your name is called. I'd appreciate it if we could all hold our applause to the end, and then we'll congratulate everyone at the end. Jennifer Backus, being coated by Assistant Professor Charles Chaboneau. Cassandra Bolson, being coated by Assistant Professor Dr. Anita Bublik-Anderson. Lauren Baronic, being coated by Century Dean and Founding Dean of MCW-Central Wisconsin, Dr. Lisa Dodson. Mackenzie Borkovic, being coated by Assistant Professor Dr. Amy Falk. Jonathan Bressler, being coated by Assistant Professor Dr. Kay Lockwood. Haley Daigle, being coated by Assistant Professor Dr. Michelle Montgomery. Catherine Ernst, being coated by Assistant Professor Dr. Carolyn Nash. Charles Flaskard, being coated by Associate Professor and Assistant Dean for Clinical Learning, Dr. Jacob Perneski. Professor. Oh, that's right, we're new now. We got to get that one right. I should have said full professor and assistant dean for clinical learning, Dr. Jacob Perneski. Drake Easy, being coated by assistant professor Dr. Robert Sander. Christopher Hagan, being coded by President and CEO of the Medical College of Wisconsin, Dr. John Raymond Sr. Rachel Hart, being coded by Assistant Professor Dr. Colette Solatka. Caitlin Crean, being coded by Assistant Professor Dr. Stephen Bergen. Mike Mateo, being coded by Assistant Professor Dr. Anita Bublik-Anderson. Jacqueline Schneider, being coded by Assistant Professor Dr. Ellen Schulman. Celine Scholin, being coded by Assistant Professor Dr. Carolyn Nash. Dana Warwick, being coded by Assistant Professor Dr. Stephen Bergen. Nicholas Weiler, being coded by Professor and Assistant Dean for Clinical Learning, Dr. Jacob Pernuski. Jessica Weiss, being coded by Assistant Professor Dr. Robert Sander. Jennifer Woodworth, being coded by Assistant Professor Dr. Ellen Schumann. Justin York, being coded by Assistant Professor Dr. Colette Solatka. Congratulations, everyone. Next, I would like to sort of introduce you to and invite Dr. Jacob Pernuski to lead in the student oath. Dr. Jacob Pernuski is a Assistant Dean for Clinical Learning at the MCW-Central Wisconsin campus. I'm trying to make sure we get this one right. No typos today. And full professor of Family and Community Medicine. Dr. Pernuski is a Wisconsin native who earned his bachelor in medical degrees at the University of Wisconsin-Madison. He completed his family medicine residency and Master of Science in Public Health at the University of Utah. He is a passionate teacher, scholar, and mentor with a national reputation for excellence in medical education and leadership.
Thanks, Jeff. The promotion's new, so we're all still trying that white coat on. This is a great privilege of mine. As Dean Kirshner said, there's a lot of things we get to do from our positions, and welcoming you to the profession of medicine has to be one of the greatest joys I get to do in mine. The oath that you as medical graduates are about to take was written during the 1919-1920 academic year by a committee of MCW students. Based on the Declaration of Geneva, it was crafted to promote empathy, diversity, and community among physicians and the patients that they will serve, while upholding the time-honored traditions of professionalism and ethical medical practice embodied in the Hippocratic Oath. We'll invite all physicians and medical students today to now please rise and participate in the recitation of the oath. And the way this is going to work is I'm going to read a statement and you all repeat after me. At the time of being admitted as a member of the medical profession, I pledge to dedicate myself to the service of humanity through the art and science of medicine. The health and well-being of my patients will be my first consideration. I will respect the autonomy and dignity of my patients. I will value the individuality of my patients. And care for all of them to the best of my ability. I will safeguard the confidentiality of my patients. I will practice my profession with conscience and integrity and in accordance with medical standards. I will share my medical knowledge for the benefit of the community and the improvement of healthcare. I will give to my teachers, colleagues, and students the respect and gratitude that is their due. I will attend to my own health, well-being, and abilities so that I am able to provide the best care for my patients. I will engage in honest self-reflection upon my character, acknowledging both my strengths and limitations. I will not use my medical knowledge to violate human rights or civil liberties. Even under threat. I make these promises solemnly, freely, and upon my honor. Congratulations. I'd now like to invite Dr. Lisa Dodson back up to the stage for closing remarks.
Thank you and welcome. That still gives me chills. I hope it gives you chills. And I hope that every time you hear this oath and repeat it again at graduation and on other occasions, it brings back the joy of this day and the reasons why you have chosen to pursue this difficult career. Central Wisconsin, MCW-Central Wisconsin aspires to be a new kind of medical school, one where we not only teach the science and mechanics of medicine, but also personally connect with each student to foster the well-being, problem-solving, and professionalism skills to allow our graduates to carry us forward into a brighter future. We believe in the power and importance of true community engagement. We acknowledge that to develop a true understanding of our community, of human joy and suffering, and similarities and differences requires, in the words of Brian Stevenson, getting proximate. We won't allow your medical education to be held in an ivory tower, remote from those that we want to serve. I personally also acknowledge that we occupy space that was once a vast land of autonomous Native peoples, specifically the Menominee, Ho-Chunk, Winnebago peoples, and that we are now a community that is a rich tapestry of many cultures and backgrounds. Learning about and with our community is a task for every member of our campus that is at least as important as the medical knowledge you will gain. You are entering the profession of medicine at a very notable time, not only for medicine, but for society. I recently heard our times called the age of outrage, where the loudest voice, the most likes on social media, can be mistaken for truth. Scientific research is sometimes being misused, scoffed at, or outright denied. Access to information for physicians and patients alike is unprecedented, but useful, truthful information can seem in short supply. All of this will make your job as a physician both harder and easier than for previous generations. Your ability to discern fact from fiction, make sense of conflicting information, tolerate uncertainty in what we know to be true, and help patients navigate a complicated health system has never been more important. All medical students are chosen for their intelligence, academic skills, drive, and for their potential. MCW-Central Wisconsin students have an additional characteristic that makes you unique. You were chosen by your community, by the very people for whom you will care. Not only does MCW believe that you will be academically successful, we collectively believe that you can and will be the physicians who will make healthcare more accessible, more just and equitable, higher quality, and more sustainable for the region. It is a tall order, but one that we are confident you can live up to. This ceremony and the oath that our students have just taken are the launching pad from which healthcare in Wisconsin and beyond can be revitalized. I believe that our students and others across the country will be the means by which healthcare in the U.S. will be improved and sustained, but to accomplish that goal, all of these students must be in turn nurtured, encouraged, and sustained themselves. We, your families, faculty, staff, and community, commit to support, encourage, and sustain you, hold you accountable, and help you to become the amazing physician you are destined to be. Welcome to the MCW-Central Wisconsin and the MCW family. This concludes this afternoon's ceremony. Please join us for some refreshments. There are snacks and drinks outside in the Arbor Room. Please take what you would like and make your way outdoors to the courtyard downstairs. Students, as a reminder, please stop by the photographer to have your individual photos taken and to gather downstairs in the courtyard for a group shot, please. Thank you and good afternoon, and thank you all for being here.